Greetings, I'm Elder Willie Jenkins with Mercy First Ministry. In the music you may hear in the background, I do not own the rights to it. In the reading of the book of Luke, chapter 15, beginning at verse 11. And he said, a certain man had 2 sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. And when he had spent all, there arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into the fields to feed swine. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. And when he came to himself, he said, How many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him, and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said unto his father, I have sinned against heaven and in thy sight, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. But the father said to his servants, Bring forth the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet, and bring hither the fatted calf and kill it. Let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. The key thing to encourage you with in reference to this text is when the Father sees you. Because many times we have gone astray. We have used our portion of our inheritance that the Father has given us, which is our very being, and a breath of life that He's breathed into us. And we have utilized it for our own selves, to satisfy the desires and the lust of our own flesh and our own mind, to do our own will. And we have gone down to such paths that even doing so have thrust us into a way that has caused us to be in perversion, in addictions, in abuses of others, as well as abusing our own bodies and selves, in stealing, in threatening, all these sinful ways and demeanors that the flesh crave. But when we have gotten to that lowest level, I just want to encourage you to let you know that God is still God. And He still sees you and desires you. So if you're yet in the throes of these issues, there's no all is not lost. You think that you have wasted your inheritance of yourself, of your body, your mind, your emotions, so bad to where you're no longer worthy to be associated with the Father. But what is for us to do is to yet come to Him, because He desires for us to come to Him. That's why His word said, Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So He desires for you and I to take off the yoke of bondage that's held us down so, and to deprive ourselves in the misuse and abuse the inheritance that He's breathed into us and granted to us. So He desires for us to just come to Him, confess our faults and our sins. And it's amazing that even this prodigal son, when he began to address the Father, The Father didn't address the issue back to him, but in the way of open arms, of love and compassion, and in welcoming back in. And that's what he desires of you and I. So don't let the enemy wrestle with your mind and your emotions, thinking that you are no good, you're unfit, because of the depth that you have gone and sunken down into with the inheritance that you are, and that God has granted you, as though you wasted and gone too far with it. God is always there ready to receive you back home again. All you have to do is just come before him once again and say, Father, here I am. Yes, I wasted it all, because he already knows what we've already done. Every area and everything that's done in the dark, he already sees and he already knows. But the thing about it is, when you come before him, his arms are open to you to receive you once again, and to dress you with royalty of the inheritance that he yet has for you and I, because he has an abundance of inheritance for us. So will you come? Will you come? Because when the Father sees you, he's not looking on your outward appearance, of what you look like, or what you drug yourself to. He sees the heart that you are, that has come before him, crying out to you, Father, here I am. I'm back. I need you. So he's welcoming you back in. And I pray that this would touch you and encourage you and strengthen you when the Father sees you. He's there for you. God bless you, and God keep you.